Belonging doesn't just happen out in the world, it begins at home. Psychologists talk about the 5 love languages: words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, quality time, and physical touch. They're the ways we show and receive love, how we feel seen. My husband Mike's love language is quality time. Mine is acts of service. But for Mike, he doesn't just think about quality time. He thinks about time itself. So I ask him, why is time so important to you?
Time in general is kind of the most valuable resource that we have. It's actually the only thing I think that really matters. And if you think about how you spend your time, you're either investing your time into some kind of way to improve your future time spent, or you're actually enjoying the time that you've earned.
We all say time is precious, but he truly lives by that. It makes me think about how I spend mine, how easy it is to fill each minute with doing or dreaming. I get lost in my creations sometimes, videos, paintings, stories, and I forget that creation also needs space, and belonging is built through presence. We make space for that presence through a practice we call loving time. Here's Mike explaining what it is.
Specifically blocking off some time so that we could spend time together and do whatever that might be. I mean, maybe it's folding laundry or making coffee. Maybe it's going on an adventure somewhere. The practice of actually setting that time aside so that we know we spend a certain amount of time per week together is pretty important for us.
That word, practice, has a gravitational pull. In our marriage, Mike is the earth and I'm his moon. He keeps us grounded. I have phases and move the tides. And loving time gives us space to explore the universe around us. I ask Mike, what example of loving time stands out to you?
The best example would be a recent trip that we took to Milwaukee. It was a wide open weekend. The weather was nice, and it actually happened to be our anniversary weekend, but we didn't have any plans. And so we're, well, let's do something fun. I mean, it's loving time, so we definitely have the time appropriated for this. So let's do something adventurous.
Teacher, what is
And it happened to be the last week of the baseball season, which baseball is a magical sport for us. Something we didn't really plan, but we were able to do because we knew we had an appropriate amount of loving time.
Loving time keeps us connected. The moon doesn't drift into open space. The earth and moon move together, orbiting the sun, belonging to something greater. Mike says we're a unit, and that belonging comes from the time we spend together.
We're a unit, and so what we're building is benefits both of us. We belong on our unit.
I sometimes tease Mike that spending quality time with him is my act of service. But the truth is, it's also my joy. Maybe it's cultural too. In my Filipino family, acts of service is a native language. Some of my relatives have lived oceans apart for years, yet they still send gifts and support. Love expressed through action. And this tracks on the macro level. The money overseas Filipino workers send back home represents over 8% of the Philippines' GDP, about $38 billion in 2024. But beneath those numbers is something tender. Generations of people loving through service, even across distances. The 5 love languages, words, acts, gifts, touch, and time, are all ways of saying the same thing. I see you. You matter to me. They're expressions of belonging, and in the Creator's wheel of belonging, the expression of the belonging slice is I am valued. Because when we feel valued, we create from love and abundance. not from lack. So I asked Mike, how does loving time make me a better creator?
Loving time brings you back to earth. It centers you. It helps you be more present, and it balances you out more, gives your mind a little bit of a rest, that when you go back to dreaming and working on all of your projects, you have more energy for that stuff. Probably most importantly, it makes us feel more connected.
He's right. Loving time grounds me. Belonging starts here in the gravity between us, connected, present. I already belong to myself and to the people who love me as I am. When I ask Mike how loving time helps him, his answer is a bit more practical.
Well, now knowing that loving time is an available option to me, I almost feel like it's a tool that I can use for leverage. Like I actually even have a loving time card that when I take it out, I put it on the fridge, and it's loving time. So I can actually take you out of whatever you're doing and help bring you back to earth. Like, all right, we got to go to dinner now.
Structure and freedom. They're not opposites, they're partners. That's the secret to my marriage. Mike helps bring structure to my whimsical creativity. Without my earth, I'd be lost, floating away in deep space.
But it is nice to be deliberate about how you spend your time. And even if loving time doesn't mean any one specific thing, it does mean that we're doing it together and what keeps our relationship healthy.
That's what I love about loving time. It's not just a ritual, it's a choice to be deliberate, to be present, and to belong to the moments we still have. So what's your version of loving time? Maybe it's cooking with your partner, game night with your kids, or a walk with a friend. Whatever it is, it's how we remind each other we belong. Drop your loving time example in the comments below. If this episode inspired you, please subscribe, hit like, and share it with someone you love. Doing so supports WeExcel.org, our nonprofit that mentors kids to discover their creative voice. Together, we excel.